What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Monday. I'm getting some errands done finally and doing some new things. So here's another rambling video about random stuff that I don't even know what I would call myself. A single father who's never met his daughter, right, goes through. But today started out weird. Today started out very weird. You know, I woke up and I slept in. I slept in late today. I usually get up around 7, sometimes a little bit sooner than that. And you know, I just slept in. I really didn't have any plans or anything. I'm off today, and so there was only a few things I needed to get done. So I just was in this state of, all right, well, what am I going to do to take up time? So I went to go look at a new apartment, something a little bit cheaper, smaller. I don't need much space anymore. I was living this big life and whatnot, and now I'm just thinking, all right, what can I do to save as much money as possible? Put enough money aside for my daughter when she needs things, this and that. So I found a really cool apartment. I mean, they're still expensive, holy Jesus. But it makes me miss my house, that's for sure. You know, the cool part though is when I get clean and sober, I enjoy who I am a whole lot more overall than who I was in the mirror when I was drinking every night and smoking at work. And granted, this is exactly how the devil works in everyone's life, right? Or at least in my life. I was able to drink half a handle a night, pass out because I just didn't want to deal with my problems and face my problems. And then I'd wake up, take a shower, relax in the morning a little bit, go on to work, be amazing at work, come home, and then play some video games, have some fun with the boys, right? And start drinking, taking a couple of shots, and then a couple of shots would turn into a few more shots and more shots, and a couple of hits off of that green, and it just was a repetitive cycle. But when I get clean and sober, I get all this energy, I get all this drive. I want to do something. You know, things get boring to me real quick. For me, the way my brain and my mind works, it's always running at 100 miles per hour. It rarely shuts down. It really rarely stops. And this is how I know I was meant to be a father. I know it for a fact. But I just can't find, this is where things shifted, right? I just can't find enough things in the day that actually catch my attention or bring me happiness at this point of being clean and sober again, because I have a daughter. Also, not just a daughter, but a little girl I've never met. My favorite part of the week is Mondays, not because it's my day off, but just for the fact that these are the days that I get to talk to my daughter on FaceTime, and I get to know a little bit more about that little girl and hear what she did throughout the week and her friends. You know, I get to learn about my little girl, and that's sad. That's sad. I live a really cool and fun life that most people would probably love to live. but not in the position that I am. I live a very sad and lonely life right now. I used to be the life of the party. Anywhere I went, I'm still very sociable. I still love talking to people. I like having fun, cracking jokes. You know, try not to take life too seriously. And you know, I'm just finding different things that I enjoy nowadays they're making me a better father. But I'll be honest, it's not bringing me happiness. Well, that's a tricky one, right? Because I'm talking about going to church and finding God, you know, and my religion. I'm not religious, I'm Christian, but as long as it's in the Bible, I'm trying to follow it to the T. I've always been let's just do things 100%. Because why give 99% to something? It's just a waste of time at that point. And but what I'm explaining is the things that I get joy from now aren't the same things I used to get joy from before I found out my daughter is my daughter. You know, it's funny because this is how God works in my life. He's building me because I prayed to Him and I told Him that I want a family. Again, you know, not just the last one, but I've told Him I want a family. I want more children. I want a second chance at this. I don't want to give up. You know, I'm not afraid of losing everything to a woman anymore. You know, I won't commit to just anyone underneath the sun because they have two legs. But because I'm getting closer to God and respecting myself in a lot of different ways, it's giving me discernment on who I will and won't allow in my life. And that's the sad part. That's the lonely part. Because I realize a lot of people aren't welcome in my life anymore. Not that I don't love them or care about them, but you're just not welcome. You know, there are a lot of people that I respect that, you know, are much better men than me, much better people as well too. But the life I live now, it's sad. It's sad that Mondays are my happiest days because I get to learn about my little girl. What I do now, I should be sharing with my daughter and with the wonderful woman that gave her to me. You know, I enjoy. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm such a hypocrite from when I was a kid. But I enjoy going to the park, taking walks, especially after a long day at work. You know, I enjoy reading books from time to time. You know, there's a few things I used to do that I still enjoy, like going for long drives by myself, just listening to music. I still enjoy that. I can't listen to my music around certain people because sometimes I want to feel the hurt. Let's be honest. You know, sometimes I want to sin, and you know, it's not necessarily good, but a little bit of it. I'm not gonna say anything, you know. But sometimes, what I'm getting at, sometimes I need to feel the hurt. I need to feel the hurt because for me, I've kept things bottled in so much, and this might not be for everybody. You know, I was raised old school and whatnot. Men don't share their feelings, you know, this and that. And I'm learning quick. That's the quickest way to lose everything that you ever cared about. You know, if having a family and your children are what you care about, that's the quickest way to lose them. Is being a man and not not sharing about yourself. I'm not saying cry all the time, you know, don't be all, you know, oh my Lord, or sorry God, but and don't be, oh wow, you know, I stubbed my toe, it's the end of the world, you know, I messed up my finger real bad, stabbed it with an engraver last night at work, and my finger's all messed up, it's still slightly numb, I think I got nerve damage, oh well, you know, my boss came over and he's like, you cut your finger? So yeah, it's pretty bad. He was like, how bad? I said, yeah, I hit nerve damage. He said, oh. And he was probably thinking like, dang, how much is it gonna cost? And I just told him, don't worry, the body will heal. He said, oh, cool, and gave me a gold chain to go fix. So it is what it is. You know, guys are stupid still. But you know, opening up a little bit to the people that we care about is key. It's vital. If we care about them, and if we don't want to lose what we have, you know, within reason for me, like I said, is I'm very particular. I don't open up about nothing. I've kept everything bottled in so tight and so deep inside myself that you know, from time to time I break down when I talk to myself, because I have those epiphanies, just wow, you know, I can say one thing and truly believe it, and then realize, yeah, that was just all lip service, Philip. That was all lip service, you know. So it's funny. I love God. He's so righteous and just. You know, he's I keep praying and stuff, but let me get back to the point, right? The things I find joy in nowadays, completely different. The things that I hate now, and when I say hate, I actually mean hate it. Something comes over me when I'm around certain things and activities, and this is a personal thing I deal with, right? I don't know what it says in the book and whatnot about sins, you know, and having this feeling. For me, I'm a warrior in God's army, so, you know, I'm wide awake to, and my eyes are open to the spiritual battles that go on a daily basis, you know. And without getting too much into that, what I'm explaining is, you know, when I go to the party place and whatnot, just to go walk around and grab an ice cream, I see all these clubs, and, you know, I see all these women wearing certain clothes, and all these guys doing this and that, and it's sad and funny at the same time to me, because I can now look at someone, see exactly how they're dressed, you know, and without them saying a word, understand completely what's going to happen that night, you know. And I don't mean, I mean, that's basically guess, right? They're probably going to go home and hook up, right? Obviously. But what I'm talking about is on a way bigger level than that. It's more of a, all right, how did they get here, that way, this way? You know, I don't know how to explain it really in words, but I see the type of people that they are deep down inside, in their core, in their souls, just by how they're dressed. You know, it's crazy what they're wearing, the tattoos. I got tattoos as well. You know, my tattoos say a lot about me. I'm an open book. I have always been an open book. That is probably my detriment. I've always been told that, Philip, your mouth's gonna get you in trouble if you don't keep that mouth shut. And look at what I'm doing. I'm over here. Oh man, bless your soul. You'll learn how to parallel park. I believe in you. But and look at me. I'm over here with the YouTube channel. It's like I found God, and I'm just thinking to myself, all right, let me tell everybody. Let me tell everybody, God's real, bro. Jesus is coming. You need Jesus. But it's funny, dude. It is so funny. I can just look at people and just like see the decisions that they're making. And you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm still a sinner too. There's certain things that I really enjoy that I'm still breaking habits of, And then, you know, in the religious sect, it's called breaking strongholds. You know, I got a very lustful eye. Like, for right now, I'm just looking at some booty. And that was completely wrong of me. But, you know, it's life is funny. I'm not claiming I'm perfect, but I gotta be better. I gotta be better at a lot of things rapidly if I want what I want. And I think this is the breaking point. This is really, not all men, right? Not everyone's me, and I'm not everyone either. But, you know, we all deal with our different struggles, different vices and stuff like that. For me, I was highly addicted to pornography. One woman wasn't enough for me ever. It seemed like I always wanted better. There was always something better, the newer model, or, you know, the perkier model, you know, or the bigger wide body model, right? Not wide body, not necessarily that, but, you know, anyways, I think you guys get what I'm getting at. And what I'm blessed with right now, and what I'm very grateful for, is even though I'm still committing sin, I'm still doing certain things. But granted, like, you know, for example, well, let me finish this and then I'll give an example. But, you know, at least I'm aware now of what I'm doing. I am fully aware, and I can correct it, and I can try better and be better. And this is how God is building me into what He wants me to be for long-term commitment. I don't know. That's what I have faith in and trust in, and, you know, for His greater plan for me. It's humbling. But, you know, for example, and this is where debates go on, right? It's like when I was looking at that woman walking her dog, right? She was wearing shorts, and they weren't the shortest shorts in the world, but she knows what she was doing. And I didn't see no ring. But for me, you know, I got a lustful eye, but at the same time, it's not just I just want to do something and then dip out. For me, I'm over here just thinking to myself, ooh, I give her a baby. Let's go get married. Yeah, shotgun wedding, bro. Shotgun wedding. Yeah, that girl's cute. Marry her. But you know, it's just I'm still a dog. God knows certain things. I gotta be better. I definitely have to be better. But, you know, at least I'm honest with myself. I'm not lying. I have a hard time being a liar. I'd rather, for me, the way I've always been, I'd rather just say the truth and just get it out there and just, you know, call it good. Because, oh well, I've been in trouble so much in my life, been in jail so many times, that sometimes being in the real world is worse than jail. And that's sad to say. Because at least in jail, it's like there's a structure that everyone has to follow. You know, you don't say certain things to certain people. You know, there's consequences, and you know what those consequences are. You know, you get food. You really don't gotta work. You know, you're able just to work on yourself or be by yourself. I don't know, but being free is a whole lot better. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Is this world is just fun and tricky to navigate, but the things that appeal to me nowadays are completely different. I have no clue where I'm driving. I'm just driving around, having fun. I have nothing to do. But, you know, for example, on days like today where I had nothing to do, I don't know, I'd probably just go drive around, get some good food, maybe get a bottle of some lick, and then go hit on some chicks or whatever, go home, play some video games, and then crash out, wake up, go to work. And that's sad. But now, woke up, paid some bills, had some fun, cashed in some checks. That was cool. I got Cane's. Oh, all that greasy food right there. What are they throwing away? Nothing cool. But had some greasy food with some French fries. That was delicious. Then got myself one of these energy drinks, these C4s. They're amazing. Kind of preloading myself to go to the gym here in a bit. Even though I got a messed up finger, still gonna go punch the bag, do something, get some shorts maybe recorded for the YouTubes, and then just kind of wing it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Walk around, listen to some scripture, probably read my Bible a little bit, and that's what I consider having fun. I gotta do some research, maybe apply for a second job. I got so much energy, might as well make some money, right? And I don't know, it's just wait, and then also wait for my daughter to call so I can talk to her. But this life, I highly recommend that most people don't go, or not highly recommend, I really hope that most people don't go through what I'm going through. Because if I would have, there are a couple of different things, right? One, if I would have had God, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in. I might still have a wonderful and beautiful little girl with the woman that I had this baby with, and I'd probably still be with her. Or if I had God, I might not have a child right now with her. I might be still in my home state, still doing jewelry, maybe not doing jewelry, married, and maybe working on a child with someone. I know my life's meant for marriage. I know my life is meant for children and raising people. I have this uncontrollable desire right now to teach, to start passing on what I know in life to someone, and everything that I do is like safeguarding me from being lonely. It's funny. I love it. It's God. Like that's the only excuse that I have, is it has to be God, because I've had a chance to do a lot of different things, and there's a couple of things I'm going to do. Teach some jewelry to some older people and some young kids, and be a jewelry teacher for silversmithing, because that's going to be fun. But it's everything I'm doing is just like, no, pump the brakes, stop, bro. And then readjust my life, because God knows that I want a family, I want children. I'm gonna get that, and there's no question about it. And so he's building me up in certain ways. Oh, Above and Below, I like that song. It's from the movie Fighting. That was a good movie. But it's good what God's doing for me. I still, like I said, I still have to break some habits, some strongholds. I gotta get closer to God. I gotta really start learning about His Word and Scripture a whole lot better, because it just helps. It helps me a lot more. Be a better man, be a better father, and all this stuff. So, I hope no one ever has to go through this, but I do want to leave everyone with this: it is worth it. Having children is worth it. Getting married is worth it. It is scary. Especially nowadays, to want to risk it all for a woman, right? Because of all the bad things that can go on. And the thing that I keep thinking about a little bit is that's how it's always been. It's how it's always been, and having multiple women, I understand, multiple wives, right? Like Islam wants to portray and stuff. I understand how that works. God showed me a lot of this different stuff. It's for me, technically, if you want to get into it, if I have another family, technically I'll have 2 wives. I'll have multiple women. One woman is part of my life until my daughter doesn't need us. And that, I'm not going to say unfortunately, but that is going to be until I pass, or God forbid nothing ever happens, or my daughter goes, right? So I am always connected to her, and the amounts that I'm connected to the mother of my child is going to vary at different times, but technically that still makes her my wife, right? Not with me, not committed, not loyal, but I am bound to her, and that'll never change. So if I continue and I start another family, that'll be wife number 2. If I mess that up, and this is the thing, is it just means you have to make more money, you have to be more successful, you have to be able to take care of these people and whatnot, unless you're really lucky like me. And I'm blown away with how lucky I get sometimes. God is working in my life so many different times. It's not costing me a cent to raise my daughter, but I will say this, that's also a big slap in the face, because, and it's funny to say, but I'd rather be eating bread because that's all I can afford, and giving my daughter money. But it's just, if I start over and get another family, that'd be wife number 3. So that's that's the multiple wife thing. That's mainly what God was talking about. You can have multiple wives, if it's allowed sometimes, right? But this was done out of wedlock. No one should ever sleep together without being married first. It saves so much hassle, honestly. But that's only if both people are committed. If both people are not committed and they're not believers of God, it is that's the hard part. And unless you have God in your life, you're not going to be able to discern the difference. The way people talk, the way people carry themselves, the way people act, the things that they put in their body, the things that they don't put in their body, these are all signs that someone follows God or not. And it's so clear. It's so clear. How people talk shows you if they follow God or not. And so these are some of the small signs of how you can find someone that is a believer, that you can let into your life, or if you want to get to know places that they go as well. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna leave the video there. Hopefully no one has to ever go through what I'm going through, but if you do, use these videos for experience. Or if honestly,